Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. We have the ability to bring Moshiach, each and every one of us individually. And it all starts with recognizing the power that we have within us. Once we begin to recognize, to try to recognize the power that we have within us, we'll start to reveal it, and we'll see ourselves reaching heights that we never thought were even possible. This is all because of the fact that our neshama is a part of God. And therefore, our neshama is beyond infinite. It's a part of Hashem Himself. And what we experience in our daily life, the part of our soul that we're conscious of, we're only conscious of a little drop of our soul. Only a little drop of our soul encloses itself in our body. And the more we refine ourselves, the more we make ourselves a vessel for Hashem, the more of our neshama we'll have access to, so to speak. The more we'll be in tune with our soul. The more we'll be conscious of that part of ourselves. So it all starts with this desire, so to speak, this will to be connected to Hashem, this will to reveal our potential. Once a person recognizes that they have this potential within them, they have the desire to reveal it, everything else comes forward from that. We'll take it a step further, that how else can we access this great potential within us? It's through emunah, through faith and bitachon, trust in God. And when we place our trust in God, everything else follows. Why? Because that faith is from the sphere of Keser. It's from the sphere of Keser, which is beyond logic. It's from our faculty, our desire faculty, our will, that is beyond intellect. Believing in God is beyond intellect. Of course, a person could intellectually appreciate God and come to find God through intellectual, reasoning, and then have all these connections to God through their intellect. 100% that's possible. But faith in God has to be further, it has to go deeper than the intellect. So that when you find yourselves in difficult situations that according to your intellect you're going to feel, yet you still have trust in God. Why? Because God is beyond intellect. We can't grasp God with our intellect. We can connect to God through our intellect, because Hashem reveals Himself through Chokhmah Bina Das, through like the intellectual faculties, in the Torah. Hashem reveals Himself through these faculties to us, but we cannot grasp Him through our intellect. We can connect to God through our intellect, but we can't grasp Him. We can't fully grasp God. But so to speak, when we have full trust and faith in God, then we're starting to grasp God, so to speak. Why? Because placing your trust in God is beyond logic at times. When you find yourself in a difficult situation, and all the external factors are seemingly against you, and not only that, but according to your own calculations, it all points to failure. Yet in that situation, you still trust in God, then you have fully transformed yourself, and then you have fully made yourself a vessel to God. Because when you trust in God, when you have faith in God, your whole conscious experience will be affected by it. Because that is like the innermost subconscious point of you, your desire. And your desire influences everything you do. Why you may think about something this way, or you may feel something that way, but really there's a much deeper reason within you that's causing these feelings and thoughts to happen. So when your innermost faculty, your desire is tapped into God, is clicked in and directed at God, then your whole conscious experience will be affected by it, and your whole life will be through the lens of connecting to God, which is a much healthier, a much happier way to live. Because when a person's connecting to God but they lack faith or trust in God, their whole experience will be, unfortunately, stained by this lack of faith or trust, and their whole experience will be brought down, will be lowered by that. But yet when a person places their faith in God and trusts in God, then their whole experience will be extremely improved and will be elevated to a great degree, because that is the innermost part of you. Everything else will follow. All your thoughts, all your emotions, they all come from your desire. They're all stemming forth from the will. And if you look at the Sefirot, all the other faculties, all the other spheres come from the sphere of Keter. They literally, the Keter gives birth to all this other spheres. So when you have a positive trust and faith in God, it will give birth to positive thoughts. It will give birth to positive emotions and positive action. Your whole life will be permeated with this connection to God, with this trust in God, with this unity with God. So when a person realizes this, they surely realize the potential they have to bring Moshiach. Why? Because we have infinite, beyond infinite potential within us. That is why when we have to meditate that we've been put in this world against our will. We didn't decide to come down into this world. If it was up to us, we'd want to stay above with Hashem forever. But Hashem throws us, so to speak, into this world and says, no, go down. But this descent is only for the purpose of reaching even greater heights. Why? Because we have free will and we have the opportunity to transform darkness into light, which is only possible in a physical body, in this physical world. So when we connect to God fully with trust and faith in this physical world, we fully transform the darkness to light. And we make the world a vessel for God's etzem to be revealed, for God to reveal himself to us. So with this, that is how we begin to access our potential. And then we have to also push ourselves. The Rebbe Rashab explains that when you push yourself, when you labor, when you toil in your service of God, that is when the fruits blossom, so to speak. That is when the most you see your mitzvahs flourish the most. When you grind, when you push yourself, when you toil. So through toil and trust in God, we will be redeemed immediately. So let us share this message with our fellow Yidden, and if you're a righteous Gentile, of course you have to have faith as well in God. And you also have an infinitely important mission to bring Moshiach. Through the 7 laws of Noach, being a righteous Gentile, you are preparing the world for the coming of Moshiach. Please, may Hashem bless you all. Please share this message with your friends, with your fellows, so that we could hasten, we could accelerate the process of redemption maybe today. God bless you all.